In the United States, you can assassinate the president, but don't rob a bank in the West. Faced with the threat of the robbers, the old man pretended to be very afraid, and slowly squatted down to say he would get the money. The cowboy was startled. By the time he reacted, the old man had already escaped through the back door. He climbed over the counter and saw 3 rifles pointed at him. The cowboy opened the drawer and grabbed all the cash, then walked out the front door. But as soon as he stepped outside, he heard gunfire behind him. He quickly hid behind a well nearby, pulled out his pistol, and peeked out to check the situation. He saw the old man charging out wearing a cast iron pot. The cowboy had never seen such a scene before. In his panic, he fired several shots, but they all hit the iron pot.
Headshot! Headshot!
When the cowboy came to, he found himself riding his own horse, his neck hanging from a rope tied to a tree, and several vigilantes standing before him. They said he was to be sentenced to death for robbing the bank, and asked if he wanted to defend himself. The cowboy didn't say anything, but he found the old man unbelievable. How could he have iron pots hanging from his body? He felt he had lost unfairly. After hearing this, the vigilantes prepared to carry out the death sentence. At that moment, a group of Indians suddenly rushed out. Although the Indians had inferior weapons, they had the advantage of numbers. They quickly wiped out the vigilantes. Fortunately, they only targeted the vigilantes, and did not harm the cowboy. However, they did not let him down either. After an unknown amount of time, the horse beneath the cowboy began to grow hungry. It started eating the wild grass on the ground, gradually consuming all the surrounding vegetation. As the horse continued to explore outward, the cowboy soon found himself in this position. Just as he was about to be hanged, he suddenly spotted a coward approaching in the distance. He quickly shouted for help. The coward heard him and rushed over to rescue him. However, he couldn't resist showing off his gun skills.
Hold still!
To repay him, the cowboy helped him herd the cattle. Before they had gone far, a group of law enforcement officers suddenly rushed over from ahead. Strangely, the herdsman ran away as soon as he saw them. The cowboy hadn't even reacted yet, when he was arrested again on charges of cattle theft. It turned out that all the cattle had been stolen by that man, and the cowboy had become the scapegoat. He could only blame his bad luck. The cowboy was sent to the gallows again. The people around him were scared and kept crying, but the cowboy was very calm.
First time?
It wasn't his first time being hanged. He had experienced more desperate deaths than this. At that moment, the cowboy saw a beautiful woman. He couldn't take his eyes off her. The girl responded with a smile. The cowboy thought to himself that if he could survive, he would definitely marry her and live a stable life. But this time, Lady Luck didn't smile on him again.